Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I'm in the house with a Sharp by Design. Brian Nadeau designed Evo Typhoon in a beautiful and elegant tuxedo dress right over here, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's check this guy out. This is an overall not too big knife, but it's not too small. Look at that. This guy is just a little bit under 8.5 inches, like 8.3, something like in that ballpark, and with a blade length of 3.75 inch long, but the cutting edge is going to be 3.5 inches, and a handle length of 4.6, 4.7 inches. So not a huge knife, but it's not a small knife, because look at that. That's the Ontario Rat number 2, and this is the Ontario Rat number 1, which is not a small boy, and it's of course just a little bit bigger than that, but not by much. So just keep that in mind. Another couple options maybe you own, and you want to know how that's comparing up against the mini bug out from Benchmade, or maybe you have the bug out from Benchmade. Here you have it. This is bigger than both these two fellas. Also, maybe you might be a Spyderco fan and you might own a Para 3, or maybe you own a Para 2, Paramilitary 2, sorry. There you have it. This guy is a tad bigger than the Para 2. So, it's not a small knife, but it doesn't feel like as big as the Para 2, even if the Paramilitary 2, sorry, it's a little bit smaller than that. Maybe you are a Chris Reeve fan and you own a small Sebenza 21, or maybe you have a large Sebenza. In this case, this is a Sebenza 31, and you can see that the Brian Nadeau design is just a smidge smaller than the large Sebenza, and of course it's bigger than the small Sebenza. Let me show you just another couple options right over here. Custom Knife Factory, this is the 520. And another Custom Knife Factory, a beautiful one. This is the Snafu 2.0 designed by Peter Rassenti. And you can see that this is just happening to be, for example, a little bit bigger than the Shirogorov Neon R20. And it's smaller, of course, than the Shirogorov. This is an F95 Nudist, slim in this case. But let me show you just another couple ones that I have here. This is a Lespect liner lock. And let me show you another couple fancy ones. This is Alliance Design's Mini Slim Pickens, just to show you some smaller options. What else do we have? I can show you, where is it? Here, yeah, let me show you some Arius goodness over there. Pretty much it's the same size as the Arius, but the blade to handle ratio, it's in favor of the Sharp by Design. What else? Let me show you just another couple options with some carbon fiber. This is the Chris Reeve Knives Mnandi, and this is the Hindler Knives XM18, 3.5 inch long. And I think we're pretty much done. What can I show you else? I've got these couple options over here. Benchmade Crooked River, that's a big boy right over there. And all right, yeah, we have this guy here, also some carbon fiber, Miguron knives. This is the Centurion right over there. So I guess you had an idea of the size of this guy right over there. It's a beautiful one. It's slick. It's slender. It's not a small knife, but it's not even like a big one. It doesn't feel like a big one, but it's comparable to the big boys that I just showed you, but absolutely doesn't feel like that. And that's one of the best features of this one. I think it's nicely designed, feels great in the hand. Designed by Brian Nadeau, made by Riyadh. This guy is going to be around $420. It's made in China. And it has an overall beautiful look when closed. Look at that. How slick is this? These lines are just gorgeously designed. I love it. It's a beautiful design, I have to say. This is a titanium frame lock with this black finish, white carbon fiber. This is the tuxedo configuration. In fact, it's super elegant. It's just, look at that. 3D milled scales. There is no internal milling going on. That's going to reflect a little bit on the weight, but guys, It feels great in the hand. Nice 3D milling on the outside. Beautiful chamfering going on. Fantastic, nice finger groove over here, which is continuing the flipper tab outline. So cool. You have an integrated, you have just like a pin here, but it's like integrated in the design, so it's not gonna be disrupting anything. They didn't just drill the hole there for the lanyard, and they just opted for this clever solution with this pin right over here. Just slide it in and you're pretty much done. There's not really like a standoff or a backspacer, because the construction is just like two slabs of titanium put together. Looks like an integral, you see, but if you check closely, you're gonna be able to see the seam, and that's why this guy is just so cool. So really interesting. Of course, you have a blade tip that it's a little bit there, you see, it's just yeah, right there. So yeah, I can do this, you see. So it's, if I rub my finger like that, there's nothing is gonna happen. But if I want, I can just, you know, open it with my nail. So just keep that in mind. If you jam your finger in, yeah, you're gonna be able to touch it. But I would say it's relatively safe. Just don't do it. You know that's if you rub like that, you're gonna be fine. If you just go and look for like the opening with the nail, yeah, you're not doing it right. You should just open it like this. Also, blade is absolutely centered. It's just really well made. The overall look when closed is just fantastic. I probably my only nitpick on this one is just this pointy tab. It's a little bit too pointy. You can still do like a push button, and it's, after a while it's going to introduce some finger soreness, but it's nicely done. It's chamfered all around. You have the Brianado logo right over here, yeah, I mean, also like what I really like is this pivot screw right over here. Look at that. So there's a little bit of protrusion, not from the screw, but actually from like this kind of like curved sticking out area just around the pivot. And it's nice because the pivot is absolutely flush. You have on this side is just closed. There's no access for the T8 Torx bit, which you can access only from the lock side. And it's really cool. Also, that's going to be the same bit you're going to be needing to disassemble the knife. And also you can check my maintenance video. And this guy is just like two screws. You just unscrew this one, unscrew that, and you are done. No need to touch the detent, the stainless steel lock face insert. So just superb construction, absolutely flush, not protruding, really cool. You have, of course, stainless steel lock face insert, which has a over travel lock bar stabilizer integrated in the design, screwed in from the outside with an integrated detent. So there's not a detent ball right over there. There's just like a detent triangular shape kind of protrusion sticking out, which is just absolutely genius. And there's no detent ball ramp on the blade because it's embedded on the detent, and that's pure genius. I think you just don't feel anything. Fantastic design, 100%. You have 3D mill titanium deep carry pocket clip, nice satin finish matching with the blade. It's tip up carry only. It's not reversible, but it's beautifully done. It's a little bit stiff, in my opinion. It's just a little bit too strong, but that ensures the knife to stay in the pocket. So it's good, but it's strong, let me say that. Of course, it's not reversible, and it's just beautifully designed, nice and simple. It's keyed in, so it's not going to be able to rotate, so absolutely fantastically. Look at this. The profile also is pretty cool. You've got to check this blade, guys, because, I mean, would you look at this? So let's just check the jimping with this vapor blast finish in the grooves, and then you have a satin spine, and then you have some chamfering, which, just look at this just detailing right over here. So the chamfering over here goes and stops right here where the harpoon just starts, and then intersects into this wedge like around the harpoon with the fuller, which is like vapor blasted on the inside and chamfered, of course. And then you have this like tanto tip with the flat grind and hollow grind in this plain straight edge. So this is like a belly, right? You see, and then it's straight edge up to the sharpening choil, and then you have this pretty cool design over here, like this indent. It goes inside and then just protrudes out. It is pointy and not too sharp, but still pointy flipper tab to reveal how thin behind the edge this guy is. Just let me check. So stock thickness, 0.1565, and check the thin, like look at this, 0.016. I mean, this is a slicer. This is a fantastically designed blade, really nice compound grind, absolutely sterile, perfectly symmetrical design, really nicely done. You've got just the Brian Nadeau logo right over here on the flipper tab, but it's fantastic. It's aggressive, but at the same time is elegant because of the matching with the tuxedo finish. Really cool. Also, the jimping is absolutely functional. It's not like shredding your finger, but it's there. It's gonna add some nice grip to your like grip, and I just love it. What also I love is this, guys. The closing sound on this bad boy. Opening sound is nice too, but the closing sound, it's just spectacular. There's like, it feels like there's some magnet just attracting the blade and just doing like a clunk. Guys, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful closing sound. Hear this. I mean, opening, yeah, it's good, but oof, this clunk is just crazy. I just love it. Really good indeed. Oh, I could do this all day long. Let's just check the weight on this guy. It's not like a super light knife, but because of course there's no internal milling, but it's gonna be 4.26 ounces, so it's not too crazy. It's still pretty reasonable, I think, because it's dense. It feels good in the hand. Zero hot spots, no sharp edges. You can just squeeze this guy handle and you're gonna feel zero. The only part with jimping, it's like right over here on the spine of the blade. You got a little bit also like here, but it's not that functional. I mean, it's kind of slippery because it's just flush with these sides, which are pretty smooth. So the actual functional jimping is there, nothing on the lock bar relief. You can also do a nice choke up grip like that, because so you have a little bit of handle sticking out, which I love. So I can grip also with my thumb like this. It's gonna feel really cool. Really nicely done. It feels absolutely solid in the hand. It's slippery, yes, there's not much texture going on, but it feels absolutely great because of this solid slabs of titanium and this little point of contact right over here, like keeping everything together, and nothing is rattling, so well put together for sure. No blade pale, rock solid. If you can deploy this guy like with a light switch like that, or you can even just do a push button like so. The deployment speed is going to be pretty much the same. Probably I would just stick with the light switch because of the conformation of the flipper tab like that. Just so easy to do. Like a light switch is just fantastically designed. It's pointy, yes, so if you keep doing like push button like that, might be introduce some finger soreness along the day, but yeah, just stick with the light switch. Also, you've got a stainless steel lock face insert, which is going to eliminate any risk of lock stick, because titanium over steel might have that if maybe the geometry is not that perfect. So in this case, nothing going on. You have a little bit of like stiff feel for the pocket clip. It's not a deal breaker, but that's probably something I would just release a little bit, maybe just having like a little bit thinner pocket clip. I'm not sure, but this is strong. The tension on this one is strong. This guy, of course, is running on caged bearings. The deployment speed is just gorgeous. And the action, guys, would you take a second to check this? I mean, I don't know. I don't need to say anything, right? Look at this. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just fantastic. This guy deploys like a boss and closes like a gliding guillotine. Look at that. Of course, you can do just something like this, of course, but you can enjoy this smooth closing action is just fantastic. Detent strength is dialed in. Detent ball ramp is integrated in the detent, and that's pure genius. You also have this kind of like detent suction at the end, nice magnetic effect, which produces also that beautiful closing sound. So I mean, overall this is a home run, I think. Beautiful look, especially in this tuxedo configuration with the harpoon going on, just fantastic. Blade is gorgeously done. You have like the clip is a little bit stiff, maybe a little bit pointy here on the flipper tab, but the ergonomics are just stellar. This closing sound is just gorgeous, and that action, oh boy, that's lovely. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.